what the old timers way back then got sober in the 40s and the 50s. And from what I could tell, even Bill W., it's like what they used to say. No, go, drink. If you're not licked yet, if you're not ready for this, go. And they called it research. Do more research.
Welcome to Aloha Speaks, home of Malama Aloha Pono with Alexander Noman.
Aloha, Alex here. And I don't think I've said before that every single time I do a video, I have already gone to a meeting, an AA meeting. So there's something that influences me from that meeting. And in this case, the topic was already there prior to the meeting. And then something comes in, this no relationship for 365 days. In the parentheses, it says mince words. Like, I don't want to mince words here, because I was thinking about clickbait. If I was wanting to do clickbait, I don't think I would use this topic. I don't care about clickbait. And then there's a slash, because there's something else. The slash, the next word says sex. It's really about sex. Because the mincing words is this word relationship. It is about relationship when it comes to that word. No relationship for 300s, and then 300. It's a year. 365 days. It's a year. Mincing words. And then there's another slash, and I'm done with the parentheses. In quotes, this word licked that Bill W. used to use, the co-founder of AA. This guy was doing the talk at this meeting, and he was saying, I'm an old timer now. He had less time than I have, but still he had 12 years. But anyway, it was back in, I guess, no, I'm sorry. Oh, he had come in originally. I guess he was in and out, but the first time he came in was 2004. And he said the old timers then, he said those were the old days. And they used to do things differently, and they were tougher. And I was reflecting on that, because to me, the old days were back in 1980, in the 1980s, when I came in for the first time and got my first 10 years from 1984 to 1994. And the old timers that I had come in 1940 and 1950s, the 1940s and 50s, these guys. And the word I was putting to it was tough love. He never said anything. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he never said anything about the no relationships. But definitely these old timers said no relationship for the first year. And when I came in this time, 14 years ago, which was 2012, it's not that long ago, my sponsor said no relationship for the first year. What the heck does that have to do with recovery from alcoholism and working the steps. And it's like, get out of my face, right? I mean, that would be the attitude. But there's this guy that was talking. He had that same, I could relate to him because he said I had a low bottom coming in. It's like I had a low bottom both times, really low. This word licked. Bill W. used to say to these people, are you licked yet? Because it made a difference. If you're not licked yet, because what people say these days, don't drink. Don't have that first drink, because then you won't have the rest. Don't drink. What the old timers, way back then, got sober in the 40s and the 50s, and from what I could tell, even Bill W., it's like what they used to say. I call it tough love. It came from Al-Anon. It's a whole different. No, go. Drink. If you're not licked yet, if you're not ready for this, go. And they called it research. Do more research. You'll come back when you're ready. Tough love. But it's not being brutal to other people. Where these old timers, they were sought after. Will you help me? Will you help me? Will you help me? Because they had a lot of time. These guys had 35, 40, even 50 years in 1980, in 1985. They had that much time. And it's like people were after them. Please help me. Please help me. So they're like, hey, if you're not willing, I'm not going to screw around with you if you're going to go mess around in a relationship, because they knew how it would mess everything up, completely destroy all the work that had been done in the steps over all that. And what they each time, though, in 1984 and 1985, what they said to me, my sponsor said to me then, and what he said to me now, it's about the sex. It's the sex. Now, I have already admitted I also attended Sexaholics Anonymous, SA, and I have owned up to sex addiction on top of alcoholism. In the book of Alcoholics Anonymous, on page 68, right after the inventory, page 67 is on the inventory, where it teaches how to answer those questions. The 4 simple questions: where am I selfish, dishonest, self-seeking, and frightened? To be able to answer that one question, where am I to blame? On page 65, the 3 columns. It's there. Right on that page 68 says, now about sex. And there's 2.5 pages about it. Now about sex. It doesn't, even though there's that much about it, it doesn't point a bunch of figures. It's like giving an open door for people to work through it. It's not claiming everybody's a sex addict, but it acknowledges it's an issue. I'm probably not even going to say what I was going to say before. Let it just be what it is for anybody who wants it to be. But the point is, why? When I gave up that year of being in a relationship. And even for the people who are in a relationship, most aren't, because hitting bottom lost it all, including the relationship. So, not in one. Don't get in one while we're working the steps. Mess things up. Why? It generates that anger. So, I was thinking of this book. Dan Millman, back in 1980 was when he wrote that book. He was a young man. Way of the Peaceful Warrior. In that book, a lot of people didn't like it, just like I didn't like it when I read it. He was suggesting abstinence from sex. I detested that part of it. No. It's so much more about the sex issue than it even is about the relationship. Because here I am, once I had the year out of a relationship, I said, that worked so well, I'm going another year. I went 2 years. It has been 6 months longer than my sobriety. For almost 14 and a half years. It's been almost 15 years of celibacy. And I've been in 2 long-term relationships. It's the sex. Messes with the mind so heavily. Never thought in a million years. But it's that inventory. It came right after the inventory. Now about sex. But it's only for the few that are willing. I'm not making any claims to any kind of like wisdom or anything above it. All I know is it takes that desperation to say, okay, I'm willing to really look at it, because it's pen to paper. Whoa. I haven't been planning on making any kids but it's for the enjoyment. Really? I know what enjoyment is. It's already in me. Aloha.